Okay, here's my week one video for lab. So first we're going to be talking about height and how we measure height or length for the child. So for the infant or the toddler until 2 years of age, you want to measure lying down, either using a measuring board, cloth, or measuring tape. You want to make sure that you extend the foot so that you get the full length. And then once the child is able to stand on their own and be cooperative, you can start using the Stanometer. But a cloth or paper tape can also be used. So when you're doing this, you want to have the child take their shoes off. You want to make sure that their heels, their butt, their back, shoulders are all against the wall. You want to have their pelvis tucked in and then their chin parallel. And then I'm going to be talking about weight next. So in between each weighing of the child, you want to make sure that the scale is calibrated and zeroed out. For infants and toddlers, you want to remove their diapers completely. And then for the older child, they can have on just underwear and a lightweight gown. For infants, you can do this, have them lying down. And then for toddlers, they can be sitting and have the nurse or the caregiver help them. Another way you can do it is you can have the caregiver be weighed and then have the caregiver get back on the scale with the child, and then the difference would be the weight of the child. This is less accurate, but in some situations it can be used. And then I'm going to talk about head circumference. So this is going to be measured at every appointment until 3 years of age, unless they have signs of microcephaly or macrocephaly, and then that'll be measured until 6 years. So I'm going to use my little llama here. So you want to start above the eyebrow, and you want to go across in a taut circle and above the occipital and back. And then for chest circumference, you're gonna want to go under the nipple line in a full circle. And then when it comes to weighing diapers, same as with weighing the infant, you want to make sure the scale is calibrated. You want to start off by using a clean diaper, same type of diaper that the baby is wearing, and putting that on the scale and then zeroing it out, and then putting the dirty diaper onto the scale, and that's basically going to tell you what the fluid is consisting of in the diaper. And then safe handling of the infant. I'm just going to use my llama again. So you just want to make sure that you have the head of the infant supported so that they don't fully go back and block off their airway. And then another thing that's used in the appointments is screening tests for vision. So if the child is, so the screening test is going to be used at every visit. And if the child is younger than 3 or nonverbal, you're just gonna assess the child's ability to fixate on an object and to follow it. And then after 3, you're able to start using standardized screening test. So the first ones you would use is the tumbling E and the Allen figures. So with the tumbling E, the child is just gonna describe what direction the E is going in. And then for the Allen figures, you want to make sure that you know what the child is going to describe the figures as before you start the screening. So you want to show the child the test first and have them use what they would describe each symbol as beforehand. And so these tests are used to give a more precise vision assessment and identify like any visual acuity problems. And then by 5 or 6, once the child is comfortable with the alphabet, they can start using the Snellen chart. But with each of these screenings, you want to make sure that the chart is eye level of the child and that the heels of the child are on a marker at least 10 to 20 feet away from the chart. And you want to start by having the child cover one eye. Make sure you tell them that you want to keep the eye open, but just cover it. And then they'll cover the other eye, and then they will read each line with both eyes.